So today we're going to be learning about the Kansa Wand. It's an ancient beauty tool that originated in India about 5,000 years ago. It predates the jade roller, and it is such an amazing tool that I love to use in a number of ways. So keep watching and I'll show you guys how we do it. So the first step is you want to start out with clean skin. So I am going in with my Luminous Ceremony Cream Cleanser, just a little bit, and I'm going to be cleansing my skin. I like this cleanser because it's super gentle and it has this ingredient called mangista, which is a member of the caffeine family. It helps with circulation and just moving all the blood flow throughout the skin to make room for fresh, oxygenated blood. This cleanser is pH balanced, which means it's very close to the pH of your skin. So it's very gentle, and I love the creamy texture, but you can see it removes all makeup and leaves your skin really nice and hydrated, which I think is important so that we get the most out of the next few steps. So now that we have clean skin, the next step is to apply your favorite facial oil. I like using one that has brightening properties as well, which is my Radiant Rani Facial Serum. Now you can use any oil that doesn't clog your pores. You don't want it to be so thin that it absorbs, but not too thick that it's going to irritate your skin. Now you want to be a little extra generous with applying it because you want the wand to lightly glide over the skin. So you don't want any tugging or pulling. So I'm now going to start with the wand. Now the beautiful thing about this is that there's really not too much technique. I like going under my eyes first when the wand is coolest, and then I kind of go up to my forehead, do some nice figure eights, but you want to focus on positioning the wand upwards as much as possible. Now I'm going to talk to you guys why this wand is so magical. So it is made out of Kansa, which is the name of the wand. It's a metal alloy which combines copper and tin. Now copper is so good for the skin. It actually helps balance. It actually creates the ability to add collagen, elastin. It's anti-inflammatory. If you guys remember, copper peptides are really an important skincare ingredient, and they've been known to help with the repairing of skin. And just like copper peptides, copper itself and rubbing copper on your skin is another great way to add this beautiful ingredient to your skincare. I love learning about copper because it reminds me of Cleopatra and the kings and queens of India even, where they loved drinking out of copper vessels because it was actually created alkaline water and balances the skin. So copper is also something that has known to neutralize acidity. And you'll find out what I mean by that as I go through and massage. Sometimes you can see a gray residue, and that's oxidization that's happening between the wand and the serum that you put on, which basically will oxidize as it neutralizes the acid. So what it's doing is this is pH balancing your skin, which is kind of cool. So sometimes I see a little bit of grayness, sometimes I don't. When I don't see the grayness, it just means that my skin is pretty balanced. So another place that I like to use the wand is right here where you can tend to get a little bit of TMJ or just clench your jaw. Massaging it here helps me release that tension, and it also helps with my skin because I notice that I tend to get hormonal breakouts right here every month, and so making sure my skin is balanced will help that. Now, the pH balance of your skin is incredibly important because if your skin is not balanced, if it's too acidic, then what happens is that it actually disrupts the normal function of the skin. So you might get irritation with, that results in acne or inflammation. So you want to keep your skin as balanced as possible. It's a good idea to use the Kansa wand for a longer period of time rather than a larger number of times. So what I mean by that is, one session of 10 to 15 minutes every week or every few days is great. You want to do that versus quick, short 5-minute sessions. The longer you do it, the more balancing that can happen. And I think sometimes it's important because oftentimes I don't see gray until like the 12th or 13th minute of my session. So it's important to kind of stick with it for a longer period of time, but you don't need to feel like you need to do it all the time. So during my session, I did experience a little bit of grayness, but it's hard to see it on my skin. So I'm going to take a cloth and wipe it and show you guys on the cloth. You can tell here that there was some grayness that came off. So it's important to always wipe your skin once you're done with the wand. If I do have a lot of grayness, what I will do is go in and do another cleanse. I follow that with my jasmine mist and my Radiant Rani serum to end my ritual. So I hope you guys found this Kansa Wand tutorial to be helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help and here to guide you on your Kansa Wand journey.